because I really want to just get on. I've played Formula 1 today, and I've recorded the next race in my career mode, and I really would just like to get on and edit the video and get it rendered nice and early, and then I can look at maybe getting another video or two recorded this week. Be nice to get the championship season finished. It would be nice to get it finished well ahead of schedule. I say well ahead of schedule. I've not actually finished it ahead of schedule, have I? It's taken me a long time to complete this season. Since I've only been releasing one video a week, it's definitely taken a long time. I noticed today that the new season of what you call it? The new season of the Podium Pass thing has only got 8 days remaining. The second season, and I'm not even halfway through it, because I've only like I say, I've only played the game once a week. For the last week, it'll take a while for the map to synchronise. Mr. Helgi, I believe, has already done the wheat harvest. Field 11. On field 11, so there's no harvesting for me to do. Not sure quite what I've planted. Sunflowers. Field 11. I don't know. I'm going to log in as admin. And if there's all the field work's been done again, then chances are I'm just going to go pick a really long contract and go off and do that. Something that I can just kick back then and do all evening. I know what people will say. People say, well, if you wanted to do the harvesting, why didn't you get on earlier in the day and do it? Why didn't you harvest? Why didn't you stream earlier in the day, and then you could have recorded Formula 1 tonight, and then Mr. Helgi could have been on the farm doing whatever. Potatoes are growing. Did that field need lime? Looks like it's been limed. Just because the map's not in sync. The map is not in sync. I have downloaded 3 new maps today. For the benefit of those players who play multiplayer. So there's a couple of maps I've downloaded which could become the future of the farm, of the map, of the server after we've finished here on Snetterton's. Oh, I still forgot to add that mod. I still haven't added the mod to get to increase the number of factories. Not to worry. No pig food made there. Cow food, because we've run out of hay, I'm guessing. No one's filled any hay. Gonna guess no one's put the wheat from the wheat harvest in there. Would be my guess. going to be dark again soon. So, to be honest, I don't really feel like starting anything at 10 to 5 in the game. In the evening. Because all the day's gone. Let's see. I'll run round. Can't harvest field 4, sadly, because field 11, because it's been done. It's already been reseeded as well, so that's one less thing for me to be able to do. Field 8 is done. Growing. Field 78, should I say, because it's all one big field. Right. Job done then. Nothing to do. So, I guess... let's have a look then. Contracts. Contracts. What can I do? It's going to take me a while. Field 28. Cultivating. Field 20. Cultivating. 21. Let's have a look. Field 20. Big field. Field 21 is a little field. Is that right? No, 21 sowing. So 21 is cultivating. And 28 is cultivating. 28 is probably going to be a big field. Yeah, 28 is that one there. No, I'm gonna do cultivating on field 20. Tonight. That is my plan for tonight. I can kick back, load up the GPS. Got 2 Bombay Bad Boy pot noodles to eat as well in front of me, so can get on and do those. Be able to eat those whilst I'm doing me cultivating. Cultivating for the win. Also means I get to use my big quad track. I get to use the big quad track. I'm going to do it lengthways, I think. We go. Ploughing, well, cultivating, not ploughing. I did ploughing a few nights last week on one of the fields. Me Bombay. I do like these. I was going to order a load of those the other week, actually. I was going to get a load ordered online and have them delivered. But my family has been shopping today, so they've been and bought me some. I've even got a bottle of drink. I've got some Apple Aid. But I'll finish off my last bottle of Coke first. We'll move on to the soft stuff. Yeah, 1K quad track. Doing cultivating. Yeah. Turns off the blurry mountains. I can I'm contracting now. What else? I put all the crops on. See, field 10 needs to really be mowed and made into hay. Maybe that's something to do later as a possibility. Maybe there's an element then as well, if I'm going to be mowing, to whiz around some of the fields that we own. So yes, multiplayer farming. Years ago. So yeah, I downloaded some new maps today. They're all farming agency editions. They're all basically maps that have been modified by a modding group. I love my quad track. My quad track is very nice. It has no wheels, but wheels are overrated. Got a bit of in cab. Bouncing up and down in your seats. Noodles. I'm gonna do a huge delivery of them. The only problem is, if you accidentally inhale some of the sauce and it goes down the wrong pipe. Oh, that's a bit spicy. No one can see me when I'm sat far back from my desk. I don't know why my camera is so bad. I need to get a better webcam, one with a zoom that I could control. I need to get one of these apps that lets you do it with like use a normal camera. Because I've got this old Samsung thing here, which I need to find if it's possible I could use that with like maybe a cam link or something as a webcam, a face cam alternative. I've even heard you can use there's a new bit of software you can use to turn your iPhone into a webcam, Epoch Cam or something, which I've downloaded and had a look at. Unfortunately, my iPhone is an old one, an old model. So it doesn't have the like the depth sensing and real sense and stuff, and all that newfangled technology for depth sensing and stuff. So you can't use it to do like automated like background removal. There's no way to get that closer to me, is there? I need to find a way to mount it on the top of my steering wheel. That would be the best way to get my webcam close to me. When I'm just reclining back playing Farm Sim. Or if I'm reclining back. I need to really see if I can get it on a mount. So I've got me torch, or my lamp. I could have my webcam on like a flexible arm that I could move out into position where I want it. That would be good. The farm. Doing all farmy things. I'm midway through me cultivating contracts. Which is very nice. Might get this done before it gets dark. Who knows? It is very nice. It's very, very nice. What I especially like about these is because somebody else has made them for me, I haven't made them myself. The person that's made these for me has actually gone to great lengths to pick out all the peas and sweet corn that's usually in them. I normally don't bother picking out the bits, I just kind of put up with them. But, you know, fair play to them, they've done it. This is my first pot noodle of 2020. I don't think I've had any this year, up till now. Awesome boy, hello, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. We have got cultivating occurring at the moment on field 20 here on the map. A contract that I have taken because my farm helper, my multiplayer friend, has already done all the work that's possible on the farm, so there was nothing for me to do when I logged in. So I will do contracts. I will do a cultivating contract because it'll take me a while, and it means I can eat me food whilst I'm doing it. I can eat me dinner. Right, what's he up to? Is he doing out? On his way. He's on his way down here for some reason. Don't know what he's doing at this point in time. Looks like he's crashed the truck. So he's got a truck with a trailer. What's he doing? He's doing a harvesting contract of some description. Possibly. No. That's making me a little bit nervous. What's he selling? If he's taking a truck and trailer Into the map. What is he selling? Because, I would prefer not to sell our crops. Because, you know, I would like... Oh, is he delivering milk? Or is he collecting pallets? He might be collecting pallets. He might be collecting pallets from the factories. That's what he might be doing. He might be doing he might be doing the factory run, which means going around getting all the stuff that's been produced by all our little factories that we've placed, our placeable factories, and then taking that stuff and selling it. Harvest income. They made money there, but I didn't really see it go up. Somebody spent 22,000 bucks today. On what? Who spent 22,000 bucks and 2,000 bucks repairing stuff? Jeez. Can't keep repairing vehicles every day. That's a bit excessive. You know, it's a bit overkill. You know, wait until they completely stop moving and then repair them. Just because they lose 1 mile an hour of speed doesn't mean you need to get the spanners out. Not a race. No one's winning or losing, you know? It's not a race.
It's a race. It's a race. I'm winning. I'm winning.
$1,000 bucks, that's the wool being sold. I figured I might as well do the cultivating and use this nice cultivator that we've bought because nobody else on the farm's used it. Somebody doesn't cultivate after we've harvested. I think what I'm going to do on the next map we play, on, I'm going to do a thing whereby I'm going to set every single seeder and every single planter in the game to not direct drill. I'm going to do it the opposite. Most people make all the seeders and planters direct drill so they can just seed and plant straight on a field. I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to disable all the direct drilling. And then everyone's going to have to plough or cultivate a field first in order to be able to seed. Why not? Why not make people work? So it would be nice to mow field 10 and make hay today as well, and get that in the cow food machine. And then the next time we'll need to mow is when we get field 1 and 2, which we just joined together previously. At the end of last week, on last week's, I think, Friday night stream, I think we did that. I think it was Friday night. We joined fields 1 and 2 together and then reseeded it to give us a big grass field. Because we're going to need a lot of grass now we've got cows and sheep. Down to the dregs now. Trying to get the last little bit out of the bottom of the top. That's one down. I've got another one to go. This one's congealed a bit now because it's been stood. But yeah, I was kind of in a debating mood whether or not to do. Wasn't sure about doing Farm Sim tonight. After doing Formula 1 this afternoon, like I say, I really wanted to get that video edited. I didn't do it. I haven't got it edited. I've got some of it done. I was actually trying to edit and record the commentary at the same time. That really doesn't work. I need to edit the whole video and then record the commentary in one session. That works much better. The problem is I'm trying to record the video, record the commentary, and then I reach a point in the video where I've got to cut something out and move stuff around, which means I've then got to stop commentating, do those edits, and then start again. And the problem is I'm going to end up with about 28. I'm going to end up with flipping hundreds of WAV files with commentary. Whereas normally how I record the F1 videos is I edit all the video clips together on the timeline, then I go onto the audio channel, hit the record button and just comment on what I basically watch the video and do the commentary for it. And then I have one WAV file, one sound file to have to sort of play with. So yeah. But it takes so long. I mean, I started Formula 1 fairly early this afternoon. Fairly early, and it was still 5 o'clock before I finished and exited the game. So, it takes ages. It's a long, difficult game to play. So I thought, I was wondering whether or not to do some Call of the Wild this evening, because I've really enjoyed Call of the Wild the last 2 nights. The last 2 nights that I've streamed, I've done Call of the Wild, and I really did enjoy that. I was going to jump onto the Spanish map. I kind of wanted to jump on the Spanish map, have a bit of a hunt round on there. Basically hunt a different map every day is kind of what I'm doing at the minute in that game, because it keeps it fresh, keeps it fun. There's the animal dealer there. That's the animal dealership. What's that? Harvest income. Somebody's spending money. Helgi is spending money. What's he sold there? Jeeves Mill. 68 grand. Oh. I don't know. Got a sloping field. A slopey field. $541 grand. Where's the money suddenly come from? What have we been selling? Got like 190 grand. It's got to be all the stuff from the factories, I would think. Got to be all the stuff from the factories. Maybe the steamed potatoes as well, possibly. Well, again, you've got to be a bit careful. You don't want to sell all the steamed potatoes because you do need some for the pig food. You need to keep some potatoes for pig food, of course. No, we don't actually have any pigs at the minute, but I'm trying to build up a supply of pig food, you know? Because the cows are very much hand to mouth because we don't have a big supply of TMR and stuff saved up. So getting the food for the cows is quite a challenge. So with the pigs, I decided we'll make sure we make and prepare a load of food first before we buy them. And add them. I'm gonna do. Sit my chair up a little bit, that's what I'm gonna do. Now my camera's probably not pointing in the right place. I think my chair was a little bit too reclined. Probably explains why I wasn't very comfortable playing Formula 1 earlier. I had my chair a little bit laid too far back. Mr. Helgie's left the server. He's not spoken to me this evening. He's not talking to me. Not talking to me tonight. He's not. Although, to be fair, he did log on very early this evening. He did log on to the server very early, so he's probably played for about 2 hours by himself. I couldn't get on earlier because, of course, I had to wait for dinner. Which I still have. I was thinking as well today that maybe I'd change up my streaming schedule a little bit. And I go back to playing Farm Sim in the daytime. I stream in the day. Start at 10 AM. Finish at 2 PM. Do like 4 hours in the middle of the day. And then my evenings do something else. I think my Farm Sim streams get more views. Looking back on the history, when I was earlier on in the year when I was streaming during the daytime, and at the back end of last year when I was streaming in like the afternoons, I was getting more views, more watchers. I think now that I stream every evening, it gets a little, there's less people watching in the evenings because they're doing their own things in the evenings. But obviously during the daytime, with everybody in lockdown and stuff, people want stuff to be able to keep them occupied. So it might be worth me streaming in the daytime again. Certainly Farm Sim. There's obviously other games that are more appropriate for playing in the evening. Here's Mr. Pearson. Guess what? What? I can't guess. I'm bad at guessing games. Does he have a hat? Do they wear glasses? That's the only guessing game I know. That's the only guessing game I know. I also think there's quite a delay on the stream tonight. So if you are posting stuff in the chat, just wait 20-30 seconds or so, because that's how long it might take for me to see it on my tablet in front of me. So don't get upset if I don't immediately acknowledge a question or say hello to somebody. It's just that the chat is quite delayed for me. The stream's quite delayed. I'm watching. It's probably not so bad for you guys sat on your computers watching it. You've probably got less delay than me. It's the problem when using a phone to watch your own streams, because I don't have a dual or triple monitor setup. But the good thing is, we're off on our travels. I've made it from one edge of the field to the other. Now I get to work back the other way, doing the rows that I've missed. Which I didn't miss. I deliberately skipped a row to make it easier to turn this big cultivator around with this tractor. So once this contract is done, I will probably sleep through the night because it will be dark, and then as long as it's not raining in the morning after I've slept, we can get field 10 mowed, tedded, windrowed, and get the hay picked up and put in the cow shed, the food mixer. And then we'll have a look, see what other jobs need doing. So, Mr. Pearson, guess what? He said. You asked, guess what? And I said, what? Here goes Mr. Helgi. He's back. He's coming back. He just wants me to listen to elevator music for a few seconds. He just wants me to listen to the elevator music. He just wants me to listen to the elevator music. Unless he had an internet disconnection. And that's why he logged out originally, because maybe his computer crashed or his internet box got dropped. Because yeah, it's only 8 PM for him. It's 7 PM for me. It's very early for Mr. Helgi to log out of a game. I'm going to eat some more of my hot noodle. Because I like pot noodles. I remember there was a TV show I watched once. Some kind of like drama series type deal. I remember there was this I think there was like a siege on a bank or something. There was like some bank robbery type thing. And everybody inside the bank had been taken hostage. Now there was this boy and this old woman. The old woman worked for the bank. And this boy, I think he was one of the robbers or something. He was part of, I think he was with the group that was trying to rob the bank. And I remember them, the robbery all went tits up, all went wrong. And that's why they're locked in the bank. And they've got the police like barricaded outside and everything. I remember this woman and this boy having this conversation. And he got onto the like subject of food and stuff. And she asked the boy, she goes, "Are you a good cook?" And he's like, No. He says, "I can do pot noodle." "I can do them," he says. "I can do pot noodle." "Do them." Let's see, what's going on? Is Mr. Helgi in the Discord? Is he floating about somewhere? Because he's not speaking. There he's in the Discord, look. There he is. There's Mr. Helgi. He's in the Discord. Probably helps if
I'm so alone in Discord.
And I'm so alone on the farm.
I was just thinking about doing a potato harvest. No, I'm actually thinking about buying a second cultivator.
But why?
What do you think?
You wouldn't use it.
I mean, makes everything a little bit quicker. I mean, I cultivated field 11, takes almost an hour.
It's entirely up to you, sir. If you want to buy another cultivator, you're welcome to buy another cultivator.
I mean, I could help you with your cultivating.
By all means, it's entirely up to you. It would just be a great shame. It would just be a great shame.
I just looked and it was 120,000 something, and now it's 119,951. What is going on?
Is its value going down?
It's now 119,928. Let me see. It's now 914. Is that normal?
Where are you?
I'm in the shop. Now it's 119,877.
On the buying screen or
Ah,
on
that's
the garage?
no, that's ours. That's ours.
Yeah, ours will be going down in price because I'm using
Ah,
it.
shit.
Every second I'm using it, it goes down in price.
I'm sorry. Of course, I was looking at our equipment to look what it was.
I imagine it probably costs a lot more
Jesus
than
Christ.
119 grand to buy one.
Yeah, at that price, I'm not sure.
Cultivators. The Bourgeot one. Yeah, you're looking at 189,500. You could get a flexi coil for cheaper, and that's 24 meters, but you wouldn't get through any gates with it. Actually, you would get
What
through
about the
gates.
Quernland?
You would get through gates with the flexi coil because I have used it before.
What about the Quernland? Oh, that's only 7 meters.
Yeah, you don't want a small one. You don't want a small one. You're going to get another cultivator. It has to be the same as the one we've already got. The Bourgeot. Not sure. Can you? Is there any disc harrows that are bigger? Could have gone for the Lemkin Gigant, which was 121 grand, and that's 16 meters. And then in the subsoiler section, you could of course gone for the no, not them.
I already bought it.
Swifter. Forgot about the Swifter. Could have used the Swifter. Bum, bum, bum. Smoking. Lovely, lovely, lovely case quad track. It's very good at jobs like this. It's very good for jobs like this.
Ah, I need to increase your voice again.
He can't
Still
hear
have
me.
you mute? No.
He always has me muted.
80%. Now it's I put you 100% again, something like that.
He always has me muted. He only wants to listen to important people.
No, for Call of the Wild, the voice is just too loud.
You need to increase your game sounds then in that case. In your ears.
Maybe.
Call of the Wild. I like to have the game sounds very loud because I like to be able to hear where the animals are trippity-troppetying and where they're creeping up on me from. Which was good because at the end of last night I got quite a few bears creeping up on me.
Okay.
And I was able to kill a couple of bears before I logged off. And I got a whole load of wappities after you left the game.
The bears wanted to eat your ass. Or your face.
Came across like a group of wappities and I think I shot I think it was 8 of 9.
Wapiti do that. So
Yeah, I think
that I was able to find one.
I think I got 9. I got 8 of 9 of them. They were all just around this one lake, and then whilst I was getting those, I got 3 bears as well that come strolling up. Although one of them was quite weird because one of them was stood up next to my tent. He was between the tent and the lookout tower. He was stood in the middle, and I'm pretty sure I fired at him as he was stood there, and apparently he was immortal. The bullet didn't hit him. So I wonder if the lookout towers have some kind of like collision hitboxes on them that deflect bullets.
Yeah, probably.
Because I'm pretty sure I shot right through the framework, right between the tent, and I thought, I'm going to hit him. And then when I got back to my tent, there was like no blood anywhere.
But why am I so sliding around with this tractor? Is this so heavy, this cultivator?
It's a big cultivator.
Probably on the wrong side of the field, huh? Can't get in on this side.
I think how many rows there is left.
Can get in on this side.
Yeah, man.
What widths did you select?
11.9. And I just used the default, I think it was 90-degree course. Didn't move it or adjust it. Just 90 degrees and then 11.9 for width. Seems to be doing all the lines brilliantly. Corona. Corona in stereo.
It's actually the brother of my son was tested for corona, and he didn't have symptoms at all. But he had an operation, and the doctor said, "I want to test you first." Now he got corona. His father, my brother, is now in isolation. Oh, yeah. So you can have corona without symptoms. Who had ever expected that?
No, of course you can. There's lots of people that have had coronavirus without actually having symptoms. Without being, like, ill. I was watching a podcast at the weekend with the actor Stephen Amell, because he's had it. He's had it the last 3 weeks. And he's been getting tested, like, more or less every single day for the last 3 weeks, because obviously he needs to go back to filming the TV show that he's on. Because he's like the lead. He's like the lead role. But every test he keeps having keeps coming back positive, and he's like, I don't understand it. He says, I feel fine. He says, I felt great. He says, for the whole time, he says, I felt great. I don't feel ill.
It's unbelievable.
He says, but every time I take this test, it comes back positive. He says, so I have to stay at home. He says, and the TV show's getting behind and behind and behind. They're trying to film as much stuff that doesn't involve me, but he says,
eventually they run out of it.
Yeah. And he says, especially with everything going on as well in other parts of the world, he says. He says, I was actually on the phone with Greg Berlanti last week. He says, I phoned him up and was having a chat with him because I said, you know, if things go bad, he says, if things really go bad with the world again, like they did at the start of the year, he says, I'm here in Canada. He says, so, you know, I'm not going anywhere. I'm in Canada. Obviously, Canada has strict rules about people coming into the country from outside of it, like people coming from America into Canada. He says, that's going to
Yeah,
make
they
it.
only allow, I think, essential businesses to travel over the border, across the border.
Yeah. He says, so he says, Stephen Amell says, so I actually said to Greg Blanty that if things get serious and you can't make TV shows because you can't get your actors into Canada to film the shows, he says, I said, I'm just putting it out there right now. He says, I'm going to volunteer. He says, if you need me to come back as Oliver Queen and do another series of Arrow, he says, I'll do it. He says, I'm sure you could work something out to bring me back from the dead, he says. It's the great thing about comic book characters. No one ever stays dead.
Dead, yeah.
Yeah, no one stays dead. He says, so if you need me to come back and film another series just so you can keep things going, he says, I'm prepared to do it, he says. And then he says, of course, if I ever get released from my house because these stupid fucking tests keep coming back positive.
Yeah.
That's amazing how quickly things change in 12 months, because 12 months ago he was on this same podcast, this same show, and he was like, I'm so glad that I've finished filming Arrow and it's over. I don't want to do it anymore. I've had enough, he says. I've played that character for 8 years and I'm just tired now. He says.
Well, he's a good actor.
And then 12 months later, it's like, yeah, I'm willing to come back. Give it another go.
What, didn't he have a sequel or a prequel of, what was it? Jason Bourne?
No.
Was he in one of the?
No.
Didn't he have a movie like that?
No. No, you're thinking of Jeremy Renner, who played Hawkeye in the Marvel movies.
Yeah, Hawkeye, yeah. Oh, that's a different one.
Different
Okay.
one, yeah. Stephen Amell, he played Casey Jones in one of the Turtles movies, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that came out a year or two ago, a few years ago.
Watched it.
With what was her name? Meg Fox. He played Casey Jones in one of those films. And of course he was also in Code 8, which was a big film last year.
Because you said something about Arrow, I mixed it up.
Well, everybody knows Hawkeye is just a poor man's Green Arrow. I remember they were both on a TV show at one point. They were both on the same TV show, and obviously there was people who were expecting there to be a bit of tension between the two actors.
Why?
Because obviously one plays Green Arrow in the DC comic universe, and the other one plays Hawkeye in the Marvel movie universe. And Stephen Amell went, there's never going to be any animosity between me and Hawkeye over here, he says. He says, at the end of the day, we all know he's just a left-handed Green Arrow. He's just a left-handed Oliver Queen, he says. He says, everybody knows he's just the guy that goes and fetches the real Avengers their food. You know, when Captain America wants a burger and Hulk wants a pizza, everyone knows it's Hawkeye that's getting sent out for it. He says, whereas in Arrow, Oliver definitely rules the bunker. If anybody's being sent out to get the food, it's going to be Curtis, he says. It's going to be Mr. Fantastic. Because I would have sent Wild Dog, but he probably gets into trouble. Getting slow. I'm going uphill now. There we go. Contract completed. Pot noodle almost completed. Boom. Yeah, but going back briefly to Call of the Wild, Mr. Helgi, I was watching a video last night on YouTube from one of these, you know, big YouTubers that plays Call of the Wild, like, you know, 20 hours a day, every single day. Right, and he did a video where he got one of the great ones, white-tailed deer, one of the fabled ones.
Yeah.
So he had the video where it shows you him finding that, tracking it, eventually shooting it with an arrow and claiming it. And then he did another video after that where he told you basically how he found it, how he discovered this animal. And he basically went round Leighton Lakes and he shot and harvested 1,600 white-tailed deer.
Oh my God.
He shot 1,600 white-tailed deer to eventually spawn the great one.
Thank you.
So I was...
But no, thank you.
I'm looking at the game thinking, yeah, I'm probably never going to get one of those.
No way.
Because I'm never going to harvest 600 white-tailed deer.
I will never harvest 160.
No, who's got done crop destruction?
Me.
That's our sugar beet destroyed, that's it. Plough the field, start again. Plough the whole field, start again.
So we know it was more than second stage.
Plough the field, start again.
Or more than first stage. Oh, almost did more crop destruction. But the cultivator caught me.
Weird thing as well is Farm Sim. We didn't get an update today, did we, on PC? Not that I've seen.
You what?
I
didn't.
Didn't know. I've not had any game update today. Have you?
No.
No, so you've not had an update.
Let me look.
Console players are saying they had an update for Farm Simulator, and I have no idea what could be in that update.
Well, there is actually an update for professional farmer.
Yes, I got the Cottle and Craps update earlier. I did get that one.
And what was that about?
It was only about 10 megabyte to download it, and I can't see any notes anywhere to tell you what they've fixed or what they've added. They've probably decided that after they halved all the prices for all the stuff the other night, in their last update last week, they've probably decided today that they're going to halve it again. So now all the prices are only a quarter.
No, I don't think so. I'm actually watching a live stream of one of the 3 leaders of the company.
I imagine at some point...
And he's now playing a game in carrier mode.
I imagine at some point when they've released enough updates for the game, it'll be at the stage where we have to pay them when we sell crops.
So he bought 4 fields, bought some animals. Not sure. What's the way to work? Huh? To do some grass for the feed for the animals.
Grass for
Do
the
some
animals.
seeding. What else can you do? I mean, at least you can make some money with these animals.
You really shouldn't say animals as a plural.
The animal?
The animal, yeah, the one animal that you can buy and sell in that game, which is a bull. You can only buy bulls, you can't buy actual cows. You notice, you can't buy actual cows.
Nope, you can't. Oh, there's some potatoes to sell.
Potatoes!
How much is steamed potatoes right now?
Stevie's potatoes?
Not Stevie's, steamed. Supermarket, 1400. Is that good?
1,400 bucks.
Oh, it's a little bit more than normal potatoes. But even he struggles with the fertilizer calculation.
working out the percentage.
Just put some shit on the field.
Working out your P and K percentages.
That's what they made too complicated. It's not complicated at all. I mean, you just look what is missing and then throw some shit on it.
I mean, I understand obviously how to work out the percentage ratio of the fertilizer, because you just basically you multiply the content by 10 and that gives you your percentage. You know, it's simple maths. What is less easy to calculate is the percentage then per fucking 100 hectares or whatever. Yeah, that's not as easy to do. And then then trying to work out how many kilos of fertilizer you need to buy to get the fertilizer per hectare. Yeah, that's not as easy to work out in that game.
Right. Just buy more.
The fertilizer percentage to kilos calculator is what's broken.
Yeah, I think you should be able to enter your field, and in real life in Europe you have to exactly tell how much fertilizer you put on which field, on which individual field. They want to know. They don't want you to buy and sell fertilizer and make a business. That's completely restricted, like drugs. Yeah.
That's very similar to what they do in, I think it's certainly America. I've seen it on like Millennial Farmer. He basically he has to go round at the start of the year and he has to measure all of his fields. which it's twofold. There's a couple of reasons for that. One, it lets him know obviously how big his fields are. It lets him estimate then based on what he's going to plant, what his yield is going to be based on the seed he's going to put on it. And also it lets him get the GPS thing for his auto steer and his guidance steering and everything system.
And then he has to tell how much fertilizer he buys and that he uses it on the field.
It's getting to that bit. After he's measured the field, he has a company come out to his fields and they take soil samples from various points on the field. And what they do is they check the soil, they test the soil for fertilizer, so they can calculate how much fertilizer is already in the ground. And then basically, they tell him how much fertilizer he needs to buy. And exactly how much fertilizer he has to put on the field. And that way he's like you say, he's not buying too much fertilizer. He's not putting too much fertilizer on the field that he doesn't need to put on the field. Because obviously they have quite strict rules in America about how much chemicals you can put onto fields, because in case it gets into the water system and the water supply.
Like in Germany.
Oh yeah, it's all very complicated stuff. Like I say, all that's taken care of. Basically, once he sends the field data, everything else is out of his hand. He just gets...
You know, what I wonder about is that in North Germany, the people have a lot of cows, and they just put the stuff, the shit, the slurry, the manure onto the field. Nobody is restricting that. And now they have too much nitrate in the drinking water over there. And that is a real problem in Germany.
But people are going to argue that by doing that, at least they're putting organic fertilizer, natural fertilizer. Yeah. They're not putting chemicals on the field.
But they put too much in the field. How much money did I make?
A lot.
Didn't look.
Back up to 568,000 bucks. So you must have made quite a bit there.
So that paid for the cultivator.
The steamed potatoes have paid for the cultivator.
Yeah, it was 1,400 times 150,000. Yeah. 1,400 times 150.
Yes.
No, I think I don't have that much time to play Cottle and Crabs like I do Farm Simulator, because it's just too time consuming. Absolutely crazy to get started, you know. Later when you have 6 helpers, it's fine, yeah. But in the beginning.
Yeah, the games have to have a balance between progression. You need to be making progress. If it takes you 200 hours to achieve one little thing, that's bad. That's terrible game design.
If they have, let's say, a chance for hardcore players to use this setting, if they want to, fine. But most people are not hardcore players, they're just casual players.
It's like
and the game is hardcore.
It's like somebody, I saw somebody today complaining on the Call of the Wild forum. They were complaining about the fact that when you buy DLC, when you go into game, it's unlocked and available for free. So you buy a weapon pack for Call of the Wild. The minute you log into game, all those weapons are available to you and they're free.
Yeah.
And
Right.
he was complaining about that, and it's like, well, why are you complaining?
It's pay for the win. That's what they complain. Yeah.
Well,
It's just
I
pay
would
for the win.
argue the opposite. Because he started going on about Hunter Classic, and he's like, "Oh, I wish the game was more like Hunter Classic." I was like, "Oh, you wish Call of the Wild was like Hunter Classic, do you?" I don't. Hunter Classic. Take for example, you want to buy a med kit. You need a first aid kit just in case you're going to get, run over and attacked by an animal, and you need to heal yourself. Well, in Hunter Classic, you can buy a med kit in the store for 65 real money. So that's like, I don't know whether it works out at 65 cents in terms of real money. I think it might be 65 cents to buy a med kit.
That's pay for the win.
That's pay for the win. Yeah. Or you can buy the med kit using the fake in-game money. But the med kit, if bought with fake in-game money, costs 1,105.
That's a little bit more expensive.
Now, factor in as well that in Hunter Classic, if you shoot a female animal, you don't get anything for it. It gets you 0 points, no money. If you harvest the absolutely biggest male animal of a species with the biggest antlers in the world, you only get 40 fake game money.
40?
40 fake game money. So work
That's
out
not
how
enough.
many animals you need to kill to buy one med kit at 1,105 bucks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's like, in Call of the Wild, you was talking last night about the 243. The 243 rifle, you was like, oh, it sounds really nice now. It's a really nice gun. If you want to buy that gun in the Hunter Classic, it will cost you 85,000 fake in-game bucks. Right?
The default gun?
The default gun in Call of the Wild will cost you 85,000 fake game money in Hunter Classic. If you wanted to buy it with the real money, pay to win, it costs you 5,000.
5,000? Wow. Well, whatever that is.
If that's cents, what's that, about 50 quid? 5 quid?
Yeah, 50 quid.
It's not very fucking cheap, that game. It's not very cheap.
No?
The old, Hunter Classic. And just think as well, a couple of years back, you had to subscribe to play it as well. You had to buy like a membership every year to be able to play it. Otherwise, you could only hunt on like 2 maps, and you could only hunt like 4 animals.
If I bought a DLC in Call of the Wild,
Yeah.
and I had to grind in-game to get it, which you have to do, you grind by shooting animals, you get that weapon that you bought already by DLC.
Yeah.
I would hate it. I would not buy the DLC.
Exactly.
Probably not.
I mean, again, and somebody was like, "Well, why don't they do a system whereby if people want to buy the DLC, that's fine. They can buy the DLC and they can get it, and they get it straight away unlocked in the game. But for players who want to earn it in game, let them earn it in game. Let them unlock it." And I'm like, yeah, no company's ever going to do that, because basically no one would ever buy the DLC. If you could get the weapons for free in-game, just by grinding, you would never sell any DLC and never make any money. Also, what you're expecting then is, of course, the fact that there will be all these players in Call of the Wild that have played the game for, you know, since it came out, who have never reset their characters, like some of these YouTubers, who are sitting on like 50 million bucks of in-game money. They would be able to buy all the new weapons in-game because they've got the money. But if you're the kind of player like, say, me, who once his character reaches level 60, he goes, okay, that's enough. Delete him, start again.
It's fun after all.
All of a sudden, I've got to grind again to get all the weapons back that I've bought with real money. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, this is, again, I think some people don't realise that those types of games have a different mindset and a different progression system to something else. You can't compare a game like Call of the Wild with a game like Fortnite. You know? No. It's a completely different game. It's like somebody on the Giants forums the other day who was like, oh, Giants need to make it so that when you play Farm Simulator in multiplayer, if you've got the DLC, you can use it. But if somebody else doesn't have the DLC, they can't.
I mean, they see you with the DLC, or they can see it, but they can't use it? How can you do that?
Exactly. that just wouldn't work.
How would you do that?
That wouldn't work. Especially when this person said, my friend has a server, but he doesn't have any DLC. I want to use all my DLC on his server. Well, that doesn't work then, does it?
No.
Because then your friend wouldn't be able to play on his own server. Because you've got to enable the DLC when you start the server. You've got to tick the boxes for all the different DLC, and it tells you when you come to log into the game, oops, you're missing. Like when I install a mod, basically, if I install a new mod and you haven't downloaded it, you get a little message when you go to join the game, don't you? Sorry, you can't
can join the game, but you can't drive this harvester. Doesn't work. Because some mods are not just vehicles. Huh?
It's going to be, yeah, not sure how you'd ever work around that issue. I'm not sure how you could ever...
So before I actually play before I play Codl and Crabs carrier mode, before I start my carrier mode, I want to give them maybe a month or 2 months, further change the game, update the game, because I fear that my save game will be corrupt after some time.
Oh yeah, you can guarantee they're going to change stuff, and then your save games are going to be like, RIP.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I'm not starting a save game either in that, because the last thing I want is for them to go and completely update and mess something up, and then it's like, okay, you need to start a new profile. Yeah. Oh, that means you're
by the way, we added a new crop, but now you have to start a new save game.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start a new profile, which means sadly you're gonna have to do all those tutorials and certificates and scenarios again.
No.
As well, because they're going to be linked to the save game, and obviously we've had to reset it. We've had to reset it. It was a bit like what's it yesterday? I was watching Mr. Kipperton.
If they do that, then this is only a tutorial game.
I was watching Mr. Kipperton yesterday streaming whilst the Formula 1 was on. He was playing Farm Sim, and he was playing on that Sandy Bay map on the Mod Hub. And he was like, "Oh, I know what I forgot." He'd been playing for about an hour or so, and he was like, I know what I forgot to do. He says, I forgot to update the map because there's been an update for the map which now lets you mow the hedges. You can go around and mow hedges. You can get a hedge mower. He was like, for mowing the hedges around the fields. And he went, he downloaded, so he exited out the game, he downloaded the map, he downloaded the mower, he went back into
on
game.
the live stream?
Yeah, on his live stream, yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's very good preparation. Excellent.
Yeah.
He's done well.
But it was great because it showed you all the problems. He updated the map, he downloaded the mod, he tried to load his save game, and it was like,
No, it
doesn't work. Doesn't work. No, you're going to have to start a brand new save game if you want to use the new map with the mowable hedges. So, of course, he starts a new save and loads into save, and then he realises, oh, crap, I don't have any money, I don't own any fields, don't have any equipment.
Oh, really? What a surprise.
What a surprise.
But that is something I would have thought about before doing it.
So then what he did, he logged out the game again. He downloaded another mod, the Easy Dev mod that I got on the server, so he could add money to his game, so he could buy equipment and buy fields. So once he'd done that, he was like, I'm all ready now, so I'm going to buy a tractor, I'm going to buy a hedge mower, so I can go and mow the hedges on the field. And then he went down there, he started mowing this hedge, and I tell you what, it's the most crap thing you will ever see in the game ever. It literally
the mowing of the hedges?
Yeah, the mowing of the hedges.
That means, why did he prepare it in a single player, check it, and then present it?
You don't get anything for mowing the hedges. It's not like you get anything that you sell. The hedges the hedges don't get removed from them. No, they don't get removed. They don't get taken away. The hedges are still there.
What?
They just get shorter. They just get half smaller. That's all that happens. They just get half shorter, and then after a couple of days they regrow again. So then you mow them again.
Okay, so he didn't understand the mod.
But you don't get anything for mowing them, so it's like, what's the point in mowing the hedges?
He didn't understand the mod. I thought that you can remove the hedges by mowing them.
No.
And then you can combine the fields,
No, it's just
or drive through the hedges.
It's just to simulate hedge cutting like real farmers do along roadsides. Okay. But the weird thing about it is you can only mow the top of the hedges. You can't mow the sides. You
can't use that as biogas, whatever.
No, you don't get anything from. You don't get anything you can pick up or collect.
I have to complain something about this map.
What?
If you look, field 6, 7, and 8, the numbers are not aligned. Field 13, 14, 15, 16, they are not aligned. This is really field 21, 26. It's not aligned.
Yeah, field 8's a bit higher than field 7.
This is unbelievable. You didn't notice before it was a separate field, but now you see it. Does
OBS support more than one stream? For example, game capture and desktop capture at the same time? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. For example, I have got game capture on the screen right now, and I have got obviously video capture going on for the webcam, Richard. So you can actually have as many sources as you want really in OBS. You just got to obviously overlay them and fit them in. How do you switch in real time between the scenes? For me, if I'm switching scenes in real time, I am using my Elgato, so I can switch between all the different scenes that I have. Game only, vlog, webcam only. So I can hit a button. If you're talking about on the one scene, switching between sources, you just need to have a setup for the sources. to turn off all the different sources. For example, when I'm playing Farm Sim and I'm doing things like
Thunder.
Farmer videos,
Storm.
they're just sources
Thunder.
that I can turn on and off
Storm.
on one scene.
Thunder.
So right now
Storm.
there'll be a video playing on the stream
Thunder.
of me and Farmer going
Storm.
thunder.
Thunder. Storm.
What's the source?
Thunder.
And then
Storm.
once I turn, and then I can turn
Yeah,
it off. And
I ran
then
across.
can turn on another one. Like
Rule number 1 to driving grain cart. It's always your fault.
turn this one off. And then I can turn on another fun video. And we can all have a bit of a dance.
It's a race.
No, that would be that one, Mr. Helgi.
It's a race. It's a race.
I'm driving the wrong way.
I'm winning.
I'm driving the wrong way.
Whatever on his lips, so it looks like he's got a Hitler moustache. And he's there at that war pension.
But I think the guy he was German, wasn't he?
No, he was American.
The actor.
The
The actor is American.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that
With
was,
sauerkraut and everything.
the best bit is where he's talking.
Sauerkraut.
He's talking to that woman on the motorbike, that motorcycle woman, and he's like, "Oh, it's all right.
Okay, go ahead.
My wife
Go
just burnt her finger," and he's doing like the Mr. Bean and giving her the finger, and then she like summons all like the Hell's Angels, and they all come charge up and start beating the hell out of the car with their chains and bats and stuff. And that's what causes him to go crashing through that sign into that soldiers flipping like reunion party thing, all these World War II soldiers, and he's there looking like Hitler, driving Hitler's car, and he's stood up on stage going and everyone's just like,
Why is he talking like that? He hit himself.
he burnt his tongue, didn't he, on the was it the cigarette lighter thing?
Yeah.
I think he swallowed the cigarette lighter thing and burnt his tongue.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
Dreams.
But yeah, if we're going back into lockdown, we might have to use the armchair aerobics again. Might have to do a bit of that in the stream with the old Mr. Motivator.
Hello, residents. Last legs? Never! You'll never be on your last legs as long as Mr. Motivator's around. You know something? Even though
You
one
can't go through here. You cannot pass.
You've got to warm the body up first of all.
You
So ready
shall
for
not
warming?
pass.
Of course you are, so let's do it. So you're sitting in your chair nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Oh, and then let it out. Here we go. Bring it in.
Gotta do your armchair aerobics,
And then
everybody.
out. Good. The
Everyone's
first
gonna
exercise
do
we're
it.
going to do is just gentle circling those arms round and round. That's it.
I
With
can't
a
actually
smile on
hear
your
it,
face.
that's the worst bit.
Exercise is so good for you. Here we go. Round and round.
I need to tab
Next
back
we're
to
going
the
to do the
desktop
shoulders,
to be able
right?
to view it
So
in
drop your
real
hands down by the
time.
side or rest on the arms. Push it
who
up
needs hay?
and down.
Do
Pushing
any
it
of
up
the animals
and
need any
down.
hay?
And up
Well,
and
I've
down.
got
Two
some.
more up and down. And again, up and down. Now circle it. Oh my goodness,
Beat a little
backwards.
bit.
Now let's take it forwards. Everybody say yeah. Everybody go, huh. Everybody go, huh. Here we go. Next
I'll
exercise,
put
we're
it
going to
all
tuck the elbows in,
inside.
palms up towards the ceiling.
The
kick it
developer
out and
can't
in,
say
out, and
Mastbullengulle.
it warms up these muscles inside the shoulders. Out and in.
Mastbullengulle.
More to do. Here we go. Out and in and out and in.
The,
And four more.
the
and
feeding
three,
or meat
and
bull
two, and one.
slurry.
Okay, next one. Hold it up.
In
palms facing
German.
me. Bring the elbows in
Mastbullengulle.
and out. Here we go. In and out. So it warms up the chest
My
muscles.
stream's
Here we
quite
go.
delayed,
In
by
and
the
out.
way.
And listen to
So
your body.
I'm seeing
Don't
the wrong
overdo
thing.
it. Hey, come on, do it with a smile on
If
your
my
face. Here
actions
we go.
don't match
Four
his
more,
actions, it's
and
because
three,
I'm not seeing.
and
I'm
two,
seeing about a
and
30
one. Now
second
drop it
delay
down,
on the
palms
stream.
facing the floor. You're going to
Maybe
bring it up
longer.
and down. You can open the hands out if you like so. You can make a fist. It's up to you. Up and down. Just rotating those shoulders round and round. Here we go. Now, next exercise. When the weather closes in, the fingers start to hurt as you get older. So what you do is, we're going to squeeze those melons. Here we go. Boom, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now, get really excited about this. Let's get dirty. Squeeze it down here. Come on, in and out and in and out and in and out and in. Come on,
I remember
out
when we
and
did
in
this.
And out and in and out.
Right back at the
Circle it
start
round
of
and round
lockdown,
again.
back in March,
Okay,
we
now
was
for the
doing
legs.
this every
What I want you to
day.
do is pushing
We was
up on the
doing
ball
our
of the foot.
armchair
Pushing
aerobics to
up,
stay
down,
healthy
up and
while we
down,
was at our
up.
computers.
Give me 4 more and 3
You
and
know.
2 and 1. You're gonna lift the knees
all
up
doing it.
and down, and the leg comes up and down. Here we go, up and down. Bring the leg up and down. 4 more, up and 3 more. Good. Give me that left leg up. Come on, and then the right leg up. Good. Now,
And then
next thing, you're gonna bring the
obviously
knees
started doing
in
the other
and out
aerobics
like
as well,
so.
and Mr.
In
Helgi
and
remembered
out.
doing.
Okay, and 4 more and 3 and 2 and 1. Hands go out to the side. Bring the elbows back. Okay, now bring it behind the head. In and out. Here we go. 4 more and 3 and 2
Right, might be
and
time to
1.
sleep,
Good.
I
Hold it
think.
there. Now push up to the ceiling and then
getting a
take
bit
it
dark.
down. Push it up and down and up.
fast
Squeezing
forward
those shoulder
through the
blades
night.
together up and down.
Must be time
We're
for me
almost
to
there.
turn
We're
off
almost
the
warm.
lights
We want to
on
get
the-
that body
What
going
I
more and
think
more.
that
We want to feel
the
real good
factories
today.
are not
So here's what
very
we're going to do.
fast.
We're going to put a routine to music.
they're
So you
quite
guys got to get
steady.
yourself ready.
They're
I know
quite
you're ready because
steady.
your body's nice and warm.
Maybe
Say
it's
yeah.
okay that way.
Well, I think if they were too fast, A, you would struggle
All
to be
right,
able
we've
to
got
keep them
music
full
now.
of
It's the first thing you
stuff.
want to do. You're sitting in that chair.
Because,
We've
you know,
got
we only have so many
uppercut,
things.
uppercut,
And,
Is it possible
uppercut.
and
that we have
Elbow to the face. Next one. Here we go.
768
Ooh, you see, just because your last leg, exercising
chicken?
from the chair can still be fun. Ooh, 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 ooh. Next exercise. It's the
chickens
chop.
reproduce very quickly.
Ooh, all you karate experts. Ooh, action
One
man
every hour.
chop.
Out.
Chop, chop,
without a
chop.
cock?
Steady
One
stop.
chicken
How do
every
they
hour.
do that?
That's how
Yes,
chickens
come on.
work.
Work it, work it.
Chickens always reproduce.
Yes,
But without a cock?
Everybody
No
say yeah.
chance.
yeah.
Real life, I agree with
Okay,
you.
from the top again.
Yeah,
Here we go.
doesn't matter.
Ready. It's the jab.
Okay.
Oh, it's an
And
uppercut. Oh my
again,
goodness.
additionally,
The jab
they
is this. Jab,
produce
jab,
eggs.
jab, jab,
I mean,
jab,
okay.
jab.
Chicken produce a
Elbow
lot
to
of
the
eggs.
face.
Chickens do make a lot of eggs, yeah. The more chickens you have, the faster they make
You got
eggs.
it. Now stop. Chop, chop, chop.
And they
chop,
shit a lot.
Chop.
Shit a lot, which is
People.
great for the greenhouses.
Not to miss out the legs. Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Up on the ball of the
By
foot.
the way, greenhouses, do they need menu?
Stomach tight. Pushing up, up, up. That's good.
Picture it.
Now the legs. You've got to bring the toes in, heel out. Toes in, heel out. You got it.
60%. 60%
Heel
meal,
now.
60%
Heel,
water.
tuck. Heel,
It's
tuck.
fine.
Heel,
Oh, I
tuck.
know
Now,
why.
Like
walk,
tomorrow, maybe.
walk with
I
the
know
hands
why
in
I
the air.
needed
Come on,
the
you can do
home,
it.
I remember why I
Party.
mowed the
Go,
grass and got
go,
fed.
go, go. Exercise is
For
fun.
what?
With
Because it's
Mr.
supposed to go in the
S.
cow food
Okay,
machine.
hands up.
Make
Here we
cow
go. Go
food.
up. That's good. Up.
What's the temperature in
Okay,
England
last
at the
exercise
moment?
is this. Right hand up.
I
Left
can't
hand
tell
up.
you what the outside
Right hand
temperature
down.
is because I
Left hand
have to
down.
actually
Both hands up.
unplug and disconnected my
You got it.
iPod.
Ready? Up, up,
did it the other
down,
day,
down.
so I know
Both
I
hands
know
up,
what
both hands
temperature
up.
is.
Ooh.
But we have a weather forecast or something that tells you in the internet what
Down,
temperature is
down.
outside.
Both hands up and
I
then
don't
down.
have weather
What I'm looking
forecast.
for,
Now, in your
It
own
was
time, just let yourself go
almost-
and party. Freak out.
almost 24 degrees in Germany.
We're on flipping silo now as well,
Oh,
aren't we?
last legs, you're doing it. Come
We are
on, let it
heading
go.
towards the next summer.
Residents are
Right
having a
now,
party
at this
with
time,
Mr.
it's
M.
9 o'clock in the evening.
Clap it
It's
out.
almost 20 degrees here outside.
That's it. You're done. You're cooked.
19.
You're ready. You're feeling
To be
good.
exact.
See you. I'm out of here. Woo.
Okay, tomorrow will be not that warm.
Well, once everybody's done, followed this man's instructions, everyone's going to be so much fitter and healthier.
America's best aerobic athlete.
Love it. That was back in the day when everyone used to wear spandex. Mr. Helgi used to dress like that, doing his exercises. Fire sea parts. Remember that one? Isn't that a kind of strange place to go on fire? It's a very strange place to go on fire. Maybe it was the wood. No, there's no wood at sea parks. Why? Because it rots. They just have stone. They just have stone steps. So what caught fire? I don't know. It's very odd to me. It sounds very suspicious. It does sound very, very suspicious. Maybe you could ask her. No, we can never, ever talk about it again. Ever. And then he's got the little Sea Parks model made out of mashed potato and stuff. He's pouring gravy in to simulate the water.
The lunch, during lunch.
During lunch. And then he builds the proper model out of paper and stuff and sets fire to it. And he's like, oh, that's how it would spread from there to there to... And then he's like, oh, it's getting a bit hot now. Ooh, and then he burns his hands and he's in hospital with burnt hands. And the girlfriend comes in, she goes, what happened to you? And he's like, we're never going to talk about it. We're never to talk about it. Mr. Helgi has left the server.
Yeah. Enough farming. Maybe I have a train ride later.
Is that what you're having for lunch?
Just relaxing.
I don't want to talk about it. The one I haven't got on here is the drop the internet box one. That was the best one. That was the best one. I don't know why I didn't have that on here. Because that's perfect for when Mr. Helgi drops his internet box. When he's complaining about lag. The internet doesn't weigh anything. It lives at the top of Big Pen, so that's where you get the best signal. Used to love that show. Used to love that show. It was so flipping funny. I like the one that is we're gonna change the number for 999 because you know it's old, it's outdated. We need something that's a bit more catchier, a bit more easier for everyone to remember. So we're going to change it to 0118985 115 7625, which is great until there is an actual fire, and then he can't remember the number. He's like, oh, no, that's not it. 01189, no, that's not it either, is it? I know, I'll send an email to the fire department. Dear fire department. No, that's too formal, he says. This reaches you feeling... Oh, no, that's not right either, is it? I've got it. Fire! Exclamation mark. Fire! Exclamation mark. Fire! Exclamation mark. Looking to see you. Look forward to seeing you, Morris Moss. Who's that with the follow? Hung Long. Thank you for the follow, Hung Long. And I'm guessing by that username, you're not. Now, what's the betting? What's the betting? I don't have the other ingredient needed to go in that machine. What are we missing from the pig food, people? We are missing canola, soybeans, or sunflowers. Do we have any canola, soybeans, or sunflowers? Answer to that is looking like soybeans is a no. Sunflowers is a no. We've got 23,000 litres of canola. Not going to be enough to make a lot of pig food, is it? But it will keep the machine running for now. Admittedly, our pig pen, as you can see in front of me, doesn't contain an awful lot of pigs. So, again, right now we're just stockpiling pig food for when we eventually add them. We've learnt from past mistakes. Let's have a quick look. Animals. Our productions are going well, although our cheese factory might need a little bit of milk at some point. Our sugarcane factory is going to need sugarcane. All the other factories are producing okay. Right. Chickens are going to need wheat or barley in a couple of days. No real emergency there. Cows are okay for food and stuff at the minute. Perfectly fine. Sheep are okay for everything at the minute, so they're fine. Good. So then, so field 1 and 2, our newly super duper awesome uber grass field is now first growth stage. We won't mow that yet until it's you know, proper harvest stage. Field 17, what is on field 17? Is that still the cotton? That is still the cotton. There is still a cotton harvesting contract available on the map, which means possibly might look at maybe, I don't know whether to do it. We did a cotton harvest the other week. It took a while. We will get 2 harvesters. They will loan us 2 harvesters. And with our own bale trailers, we can shift bales a lot faster than that thing. It's just whether or not we actually want to do cotton harvesting, because the problem is with cotton, when you sell a bale to complete the contract, if that bale, like, you know, if the contract's 99% complete and you've got a full bale of like 20,000 litres of cotton, and, you know, the guy only needs like 1,000 litres to complete the contract, he'll take the whole bale. He'll take the whole bale and you won't get any money for it. And there's no way to cut the bales in half. Unless you manually remember to unload a bale at like 5,000 litres, 10,000 litres, 15,000 litres. So you've got a couple of bales that you might be able to fandangle or finagle to complete the contract, but still allow you to retain plenty of cotton for your own distribution. Harvesting field 36. That's a potato harvest for 32 grand. That might be something we look at doing one day. Although I wouldn't want the harvester. I wouldn't want that harvester. I'd want another one like ours. I'd want another harvester like the one we already own. So fields, our fields. Let's go back and look what we got planted. We've got sugar beets, potatoes, sugar cane, 2 fields of alfalfa and a field of soybeans. So we've got no corn, no sunflowers, no wheat, no barley, no oats. 5 key crops there, so we're going to have to get some new fields. Oh, we have got, no, sorry, we have got canola on field 78, which Mr. Helgi said triggers him greatly because the 7 and the 8 are not aligned. All the numbers are a little bit higgledy-piggledy on the fields, and apparently he doesn't like that. It upsets his OCD. A bit like when I'm playing Call of the Wild and I'm on the Hirschfelden map. That must really trigger his OCD. Because on my map, right in the middle of it, there is a green question mark for a discoverable that I haven't discovered. And I've left it there on purpose. I've found everything else on the map, uncovered everything else. I've just left this one question mark. Just so it triggers absolutely everybody every time I open the map. They're like, everybody's like, why don't you just go pick that up? And I'm like, don't want to. Don't need to. It's cool. It's fine by me. And everyone's like, Everyone starts twitching. You know, when they're watching the map. Cow food machine is doing very well. It's going to need some more straw putting in it soon and some silage. I can do that another time. Another time, another day. What I think I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to do something a little bit different. Right, okay, because Mr. Helgi's logged off now for the night. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save and exit the game. I'm not going to stop streaming. Don't worry, we're not stopping. We're not stopping yet. I'm going to take an opportunity to have a look at a couple of new maps.